All right, man. So we're gonna react to Modest Mouse Dashboard here. I have a friend who is a very big fan. I play a lot of Monster Hunter Wilds with him, and he always tells me, "Hey, you should check out this song. I really like this song, right?" And I know that Modest Mouse, it's like indie rock. It has its fan base, right? It has. I think this video we're reacting to has over 2 million views, so it does have its fan base. Now I've heard him in the past, but I've never really, actively listened, right? I was just like, and that's not what you can do with these kind of bands, right? It's like Tool. You have to actively listen. You can't just be passive listening. It's not gonna work, right? So I have heard some of their stuff in the past, but I've never really given them a chance. I myself, I'm gonna tell you right now, today, I'm not a fan of the band, right? But hopefully that can change. This is gonna be we're just gonna react to the music video, not a lyrical analysis. I am going to have to be pausing every now and then just because of the copyright thing. But we will go from here. So let's see. Let's check this out.
Well, it would have been, could have been worse than you would ever know. On the dashboard melted, but we still had the radio.
Alright, so I like the the music video. It's like, fishermen, they have experience from what it looks like. The beards, I love the style. They're like in some kind of I don't want to get it wrong, man, tavern. I don't know what these kind of places are called. And the musically, I really like the guitar, bro. I like the melodies it has there. The bass drum coming in, right, giving that beat, and then you just have the guitar going wild there. I'm not too sure what he's saying. What the lyrically, I know he's saying like it could have been. Should have been worse than you would ever know. The dashboard melted, but we still had the radio. So I guess like looking at some kind of silver lining, and that's what for the most part, it's like you can see that they're kind of wording or mouthing the lyrics, right? The music so far is good. The melodies are pretty good, and very, very unique vocals, I will say. Very unique vocals that complements this, and it makes it unique. It makes it unique. I haven't heard this. I can't say like, oh, they sound like this. Not with this band. I cannot do that at this time, right? I don't know if it's gonna pick up later on something, but I can tell you this does not sound like anything I've heard before. There's a lot happening musically, bro. I feel like these guys, they have a lot of freedom musically, right? You can hear and you just hear like the trumpets going off there. There's a lot happening musically. I love that there's this much freedom. I don't want to say that. I could be wrong. Maybe somebody, and the producer when they were recording this, they're like, you need to add this here, but I don't think so, man. Again, I haven't heard this anywhere else. I can't say, oh, this song reminds me of this. I cannot do it. This is very, very unique sounding. Not bad sound. I like it. I like it thus far. The melodies, the vocals, bro, are we got to see some range there. This is very unique stuff for sure.
Could've been worse than it had even gone. Well, the car was on blast, but I was already where I want. The music was ready to go.
overall, this is again, coming into it, you really have to give it a chance, man. You have to get in here. You have to actively listen, watching the visuals and stuff. I love the aesthetics. I love the music video. It's very interesting. Um, Lyrically, again, I think it's like having to do with like finding a silver lining, no matter how bad a situation is. I could be wrong. Perhaps it's about something else. The guitars, the drums, the vocals, the bass. I hear the bass there, and I'm hearing like other accessories that give harmony to the overall melodies where they need to be. Everything sounds good, man. I like the song. Let's just see how this ends here.
Just wanted to catch the last laugh of this show.
That right there, bro. That guitar riff. That is so awesome. I love the way it sounds. I'm gonna have to rewind here.
This show.
Right here. Just hear that ding 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 ding, just accompanying it, and it's a unique riff, bro. It's clean, it's not distorted, and it sounds amazing. And the bass drum is just there, just amplifying the rhythm to it, and it gives it so much volume. I want to hear it again, bro. I really love that riff.
Just wanted to catch the last laugh of this show.
Gonna assume he's the lead singer, right? Because he has like instead of a hook, right? Usually what it is, pirates or whatever. He has a microphone. I'm assuming this is a singer, bro. I don't know if these are his other bandmates that are sitting with him there in the tavern. I don't know. Could have been worse than you would ever know. I love the song, bro. I love the song, and I'll tell you, it's gonna go on the playlist for sure. This is my first time, actively listening to Modest Mouse, bro. And this song here, I really, really enjoyed. Let's look at the comments here real quick. I've tried sharing Modest Mouse with others, and they say they don't like it because of the singer's voice. It is unique. I don't know that I don't like it. It is unique, and it complements this style. But it just now dawned on me. The reason I like Modest Mouse so much is because his voice is being used as both a lyrical conveyor as well as an instrument rather than just the first. He chose a sound to fit the music, yes, and chose well. Yes, I agree there. At least that's the very opinionated philosophy I've developed on the subject. I agree with this comment, yes. Yes, this is unique. And again, I can't tell you like, oh, this sounds like this. Like, I can't do it. I can't do it. This is very, very unique sounding. It's a very unique sounding band. It's like Tool. And you start hearing Tool, you're just like, I know that's Tool, It doesn't, nobody sounds like them. At least not for me anyway, right? And this is another one of those bands that is unique, They're in their own genre. They should have their own genre, man. There should be a movie, right? I agree, man. I really enjoyed the music video. I did. It was very interesting. If you're watching this in 2022, I think you're a legend for keeping this music alive. What about in 2026, man? What about in 2026? You know, somebody that never gave it a chance, right? The music video needs a feature length movie adaptation, right? I need to look into the band and see what the bandmates' names are. But yes, very very interesting. Again, I've never really given them a chance. It's going on the playlist for sure. I'm gonna add it um, to my Spotify playlist. Let me know if you're a Modest Mouse fan. Ease me into this. I guess I chose right here. I chose the right song. I have heard of Float On. I think one of my friends had it in like Rock Band or something, and we would come out there. I could be wrong, but I've heard of this. I've heard this one in the past. I want to say it was Guitar Hero, one of those. Um, Let me know what else, what other song to react to, and I will, consider it in the comments, or another band even that might sound like this. But this is my first ever, Modest Mouse experience. Actually listening here, I really enjoyed it. Might have to do a lyrical analysis, but for me, from what I heard, to me it just sounds like it's finding silver lining, finding the bright side, right? The glass is half full kind of deal, right? In situations, right? That kind of stuff. But that's all I have for now. If you enjoyed my reaction, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, share, follow, repost, all of that good stuff. And I will see you all in the next one, man. Peace.